Today we're going to work with the Pluscuamperfecto del Subjuntivo, which is the past perfect subjunctive. And so it's, again, we're going back to those perfect tenses, which is going to require our use of the verb haber and the past participle, or a past participle, which we've sort of started calling just the hados and idos, which is referencing the ending of those past participles: hablado, cansado, salido, estudiado, all of those, vivido, comido, bebido, all of those hados and ido endings. So that's what we're calling when we talk about the past participle. So anyways, it's a conjugation of the verb haber with a past participle. Now we use haber in the third person plural preterite, so let's check out what that is. You get hubieron, we drop the ron, and then we add, of course, our imperfect subjunctive endings. Ra, ras, ra, ramos, ran. And so we add those now to this part of the word, and so we'll get hubiera, hubieras, hubiera, hubiéramos. Again, we'll put our accent right there, and then hubieran, right? And so there they all are. And again, their translation, in much of the same way the past perfect indicative is had, it's going to still function in that same way, but it's just the subjunctive version, and there's reasons for using the subjunctive as opposed to the indicative, as we already know. So here we have the title here is C clauses using Pluscuamperfecto del Subjuntivo, but as you can see here, this is just a regular C clause, a hypothetical. But what I wanted to do here was show you the difference between, say, a normal C clause that's using the past subjunctive and the conditional, and then a C clause that's using the past perfect subjunctive and the conditional perfect. So just to see sort of how those work differently. One is alluding to a hypothetical or expressing a hypothetical to come, or a hopeful hypothetical. The other one is sort of reflecting back on sort of history, if you will. So let's look at letter A here. We have, if I were to have more money, I would travel more. That's our regular C clause. So we have, if, si yo tuviera más dinero, viajaría más. We've already gone over that. We've got some videos on that. So, but the new stuff here is the combination of the past perfect subjunctive with the conditional perfect. And so notice the difference here in what we're saying. If I were to have had more money, I would have traveled more. So notice we're talking, sort of reflecting back. And so we would then just use haber in the past subjunctive, and then our past participle, because we're making perfect tenses. And then we have habría viajado here, which is the conditional perfect, obviously paired with our viajado, so past participle. So we have here, si hubiera tenido más dinero, habría viajado más. So that's just a slightly different way to do this. One is sort of looking at a hypothetical situation that hasn't come to exist in the future, and the other is sort of reflecting back, but both are using C clauses. So here we have, just to sort of summarize, we'll call it the simple C clause and the complex C clause. The simple C clause being A, and the complex C clause being B, which is going to include the perfect tenses. So that's sort of a way to differentiate between the two, like grammatically. So we have here, if we were to have class, we would be there. All right, so si tuviéramos, notice the accent, si tuviéramos clase, nosotros estaríamos ahí. Right? Estaríamos ahí. We would be there. So if we were to have class, we would be there. And you can use ahí or leave it out because it's sort of implied when you use está, because it's referring to a location. So here we have the complex C clause right here, letter B. If we were to have had class, we would have been there. And so this is just reworking it to use perfect tenses. And again, reflecting back onto the past. So, si hubiéramos tenido clase, right? We have our past participle, we have haber. Si hubiéramos tenido clase, habríamos estado ahí. So again, past participle, future tense, or sorry, conditional tense or conditional perfect, I should say. So past perfect subjunctive, conditional perfect, and so that gives you the complex C clause.